I do hope that you are all in good health, productive, and always positive, even though we are still have to work from home and afraid must get it. However, I personally hope that this virtual seminar can reduce our learning to interact with each other, even though not directly. Vocational education and training continue to be a preferred social instrument for achieving the series of objectives such as accelerating economic growth, reducing unemployment, and the benefit of economic globalization. It also helped increasing the productivity of the company and contribute to increasing the competitiveness of the nation. Therefore, through this seminar, we can find out the successful experience of the practice of vocational education in several countries, especially in Southeast Asia, in the perspective of current issue on autonomy and learning method in creating industrial collaboration and new skill need to develop better vocational education. Finally, I would like to extend my highest appreciation for the speakers, Prof. Wu and Prof. Satar, and wish you all a fruitful seminar to make our vocational education better. Thanks you also for my Director General, Pak Wikan. Terima kasih Pak Wikan yang telah menyediakan waktunya untuk mensukseskan acara kami ini. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Professor Dr. Insinyur Sigit Hadiwardoyo, DEA, for opening remarks. And we just welcoming Bapak Dirjen Wikan from Directorate General Vocational Education for speaking about updating issues on vocational development in Indonesia. Pak Wikan, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Pak Denny. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
And very good morning to all of you, Honorable Professor Sigit, Professor Wu, Ming Chang, Professor Satar, Bu Dias, and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for inviting us on behalf of the Minister of Education and Culture. We would like to deliver very warm regards, very warm good morning to all of you. Okay, thank you very much. Speaking of sustainability, we believe that human resource takes significant place. And if we fail to manage the human resource issue, and as we have known that we are facing the bonus demography in front of us, and it's already taking place, it's already going on. If we do not manage to provide a very good education system to deliver our legacy for future of the world, and in this case is our graduates, our students, then the demography bonus will disasterly shift to disaster or maybe demography disaster. And as stated constantly by our president, Mr. Jokowi, one aspect that will bring Indonesia to a very good future is that vocational education. So let me present my PowerPoint. Okay. And as for that, since the last day of last year, December 31st, a new Directorate General has been established, and so-called Vocational Education, Directorate General of Vocational Education, or we can call it DIKSI, Pendidikan Vokasi. It covers higher educations comprised of 2,000 campuses, polytechnics, in universities, institutes, sekolah tinggi, akademi, and academic komunitas or community academy. 14,000 vocational high schools, or we can call it SMK. 14,000 and 17,000 more training centers, and you can call it non-degree vocational educations. And all of these are believed that can bring the very bright future of Indonesia only if link and match between vocational and industry and workplace should be established completely, comprehensively, and sustainable. And it should be sustained. Not only signing MOU and then taking photograph and put on the newspaper and then they can declare I'm already linked and matched with industry. No, that's very, very not enough. It should meet the minimum condition of what so-called marriage. So not only dating, maybe signing MOU still less than dating. Maybe only just introduction, or maybe just introducing to one another. It should come up to the level of dating and then marriage. So what's so-called the link and match in the marriage level? And these are the minimum conditions: curriculum, teachers from industry, minimum 50 up to 100 hours per semester for one prodi, for each field of study. Internship should be minimum of 1 semester. A commitment of absorbing graduates. Internships not only for students but also teachers, even professors. Once in 5 years, if they declare I am the vocational teacher or vocational lecturers, then they should go to internship in industry for at least 1 semester. Certificate of competence, okay. Teaching factory. This is the meaning of the research. The applied research for vocational should start from the end. Don't start conducting research when the market doesn't call. Okay, when the society doesn't call, when the users doesn't call. So once the call from industry or from society call for product, and then we shall start conducting the research. So no research if there is only papers. For example, Scopus. That's not completely what we expect. I do not say that Scopus is not important. Scopus paper is, somehow important. But if the vocational research do not come up with a real product and then just go for paper, and we would not accept that. Should be, the first is product for patent or for property right. And then if they want to publish, that's fine. No publications, also fine. As long as the real product should be delivered to the market or to the society. Okay, that's what so-called the link and match marriage. Okay, coming back to the sustainability, and this is the ecosystem how the sustainability scheme will be established. Input, process, output, and outcome. Okay, the process I already mentioned. This is the process. This is the minimum innovation for the process. So input should be okay. I would like to talk about the output first. Output. The output should be the graduates who can declare I am competent. Not only this is my certificate and please give me job. That's not how it works. The first thing is that there should be competence. Competent means I can perform. I can perform on a specific field. At least I can perform. Not only this is my certificate and please give me job. No. Competency consists of hard skill, soft skills, more important, And the most important thing is that integrity, character, honest. Soft skill, communication skill, leadership, problem solving skills, presentation skill, critical thinking, and creativity. So these are competence set should be ensure are uh, will be delivered by the curriculum. Sit together with industry and discuss the curriculum. Don't develop the curriculum by yourself. Vocational teacher or vocational leader should sit with the industry and discuss the curriculum, and the curriculum should be approved by industry. And we know that industries or workplace keep complaining on our graduates. At least there are three aspects they keep complaining on. First is communications. Next thing is that teamwork. And next thing is that the character, the ability to be able to manage the stress or to manage the job load. So these three complaints from industries, if we do not manage, then I would say this is not going to be sustained. When the curriculum still only focus on hard skill, then the industry will keep complain like this. So this is what the link and match, I would say fake link and match look like. So we cook by ourselves. We think that we cook a special menu. And when the graduates deliver to the industry and when they try and when they taste what food is this, they do not accept this food. Even though this is delicious, but they do not expect this kind of food. Or further, this is not delicious and no correlation at all with their expectation. And this is not link and match. And they, if they accept that, if they accept the graduates, then still more training in the industry training center industry. So why don't we cook together like this? So just like this. This scheme is just like this scheme. Okay, but we just make it, why don't we cook together? So they do not complain at the end. Instead, okay, let's come up to the early phase and then we cook together. Curriculum made by both sides. We cook together, internship, certificate from both of us, commitment to absorb. Teachers are trained by industries. Sorry. And joint funding also, of course, and applied research, what so-called teaching industry. So when we think about sustaining the educations to come up with graduates that meet industrial situations, so input, process, output, and outcome should be completely done by us. The output is this. This is the output. In the right-hand side, certificate of competence, and also English. In the left-hand side, new product from research, applied research. And this is what so-called competence, cognitive, soft skill, and integrity, with more practical and less theory. And we should come up with this output, competence. And then as for the outcome, they can go to the company or the entrepreneurship. As for the company, it should deliver the outcome of higher competitiveness and economic growth of industries and nations. Okay, if our graduates cannot deliver effect of like this, then we should ask to ourselves, is it already link and match? Link and real match. Real link and we deliver something match to the what they need. And also good career and income for the graduates with their competence. And also input. When the input or the new students are not exactly in favor, or maybe they do not exactly have idea why they choose vocational, where they decide to go for vocational for their future, why they study or the way they learn vocational skills, why they go for SMK or why they go for vocational campus. And if they do not have a complete idea about that, then I'm afraid they do not have passions and visions. You can think that people who do not passion and visions, how good the process is, it's gonna be useless. Okay, I think these are slides. I'm sure many participants on this webinar have a chance to see my presentations. And this is the slide. This is the slide that might be quite new for all of you. Okay, this is the output or campus or SMK or training center look like when they completely manage to come up to realize the link and match scheme. And this will be the standard of achievement for sustainability scheme that we want to have in Indonesia for campus, for vocational high schools, and also for the training centers. Okay, first is graduates, the graduates that I've shown to you. Okay, next thing is that curriculum. Curriculum should be adaptive, agile, and flexible. And how to make it happen, how to realize this? Of course, now we are modifying, we are reviving, we are improving the curriculum of SMK and also for campuses. Now we are doing that. But even though in the new curriculum next year, we will set up enough proportions or enough space for the schools to create by themselves as a freedom of education. We let them free to create their specific curriculum, and that's going to be the new curriculum. If the human resource are not ready, I mean, the human resource is not like this. This is what I mean about the human resource. The teachers, the dean, the lecturers, they should change their mind. They should have the character of innovations, and they know how to execute the change. And that's what so-called human resource or human resource factor, human factors. How good the design is, how good the roadmap is, how good the policy is, or maybe how good the infrastructure facilities are or machines are. I think that would be only 20% to affect the success factor or to deliver the success. That's only takes place maximum 20%. The other dominant portions of 80% for the success factor is human. So mindset. So that's why we put this and this. So it also depends on how strong the leadership and innovative of the leaders, the principal, deans, directors, and also teachers. It's impossible if we deliver the curriculum and then just let the curriculum deployed by the teachers who don't have open mindset character. Then the curriculum will be just as usual. So we trained more than 2,000 teachers this year and more than 600 principals this year, leadership and mindset change, and also competence. Sorry, my mother asked me something. Okay, let me continue. So human resource take significant place, and also project-based learning. And this is going to be mandatory, very, very important to all of you in Indonesia to understand this and to be aware that you should or we should deploy or to apply project-based learning. The project should come from real industry. So real project assign to the students and make them into groups and just let them to work on group. So it's going to be teamwork, discussions to deal with real projects. When they cannot deal with the projects until they can satisfy the industry, then they cannot get the mark. And it's going to be multi subjects to be ongoing on. So one project can be assigned to the students, groups of students, and several subjects, several teachers or several lecturers can't just sit to look at the students' work on the projects, and then they can give the mark according or based on the performance of students when they perform on the projects. And that's what's so-called project-based learning. Okay, real project-based learning. Applied research, okay, applied research. It should be product to be delivered to the market of society. I already mentioned that, and this is the scheme. So start from the end. Not only technical readiness level, but also venture readiness level and also market readiness level. And that's for the customers. And the research product to the community, the technical readiness level, the level of usability, and the level of sustainability. And this is the base, and this is the design of the applied research in vocationals. So the product could be like this: the manufacturing product, medical device product, and also creative industry product to be really delivered to the industry, to the market. And like this, 2-micron precision machines, and this already achieved the minimum standard of industry. So we should be able to sell this product to industry, and this is made by SMK, produced by SMK, and those are the example of the result of the what so-called teaching industry for the research. So coming back into this scheme, applied research, teaching factory and teaching industry. I already mentioned that, and this one, entrepreneurship. Curriculum should be really adapted to come up with real entrepreneurs, and this is very much soft skill. So please stop to focus on hard skill. We have to really know how to deliver the soft skill competence. Entrepreneurship. I do not expect a report from campus or from university or from polytechnics consisting of the number of entrepreneurs created in 1 year or in 2 years. I do not really expect that. It's usual. I mean, it's nothing special. What I expect is that instead of only the number of entrepreneurs, it should be added with the information of how much or the value $1 billion captive market in 1 year that they can create. So I want the result, not only the number of entrepreneurs, not only administrative staffs. I want substance. I want the outcome, not only output, outcome. And how we can come up with entrepreneurs. So teachers, lecturers should change their mindset. Do not think too much on hard skill. Less hard skill in the curriculum. Add more soft skill proportions. And we have to really know how to deliver that, because soft skill is not theory. Soft skill is practical. Soft skill is not theoretical, but soft skill is practical. So, entrepreneurs. Okay, this is PTNBH and BLU. I'm not going to talk about it too much. And this one, student achievements. I do not expect most of the students, they fight for GPA. Okay, GPA is also important. Okay, I know that. GPA is kind of important as well. But soft skill is very much more important than just merely GPA. So please, I want to see, I want to know, and I want more reports on more students that can get achievement, have achievement on competitions, of debate competitions, science competitions, sports competitions, art competitions, anything that have to do with skills, hobbies, and character development and leadership. We need more that. We need more students on that kind, on that character. Not only GPA fighter, high GPA, but cannot speak or cannot perform, cannot lead, no use. It's useless. Yeah, not completely useless, but not so much use. We need leaders. Leaders has to do with soft skill and character and honest. Next things, strong branding. Good for input and also output. Okay, you can imagine if weak branding will lower the quality of input. Not only the quality, but the passion of input. That is very, very much important. Okay. Strong branding, visiting lectures. I told you, more visiting lectures from industry, better. Okay. More visiting lectures, visiting experts from industry within the campus, better. International collaborations also very important. Internship in abroad, joint degree, double degree, that is important. Okay, more foreign students, that's very much better. Of course, when the pandemic gone, okay, when we expect the pandemic end, then we'll come to the end. Then we've been ready. We will have been ready at that time. Recognition, prior learning, public relation, and networking. We know how to tell the world, we know how to tell the society that we are kind of good, not only kind of good, we are really good. And we invite the best students to come to join to our campus. Internship minimum of 1 semester, career centers, and also profession certification organizations. And one thing that I would like to show you is that this slide. In order to make the process to become more important, then we should do some innovations on connecting vocational high school and higher education vocational to be seamless and even cross-cutting. Like that, SMK with the program fast track of Diplom 2. So we combine SMK campuses and also industry, triangle marriage to develop this program. Okay, but it's freedom. It's free. I mean, the student, if they want to graduate in once they complete semester 6, then okay, it's fine. If they want to go for 3 other semester for Diplom 2 program from Polytechnic or from university, that's also fine. And this program also, Diplom 3, I do not expect Diplom 3. I expect more Diplom 3 to be upgraded to be applied bachelors. I really expect that, and we will provide the regulations. But I do not push. And it's freedom. It's up to you. It's all up to you. It's all up to the university and polytechnics. When they want to upgrade Diplom 3, become applied bachelor of Diplom 4, then this is the requirement. Okay, of course, I do not expect automatically converting diploma 3 to become diploma 4 with no conditions, and that will come to the dead end. Okay, that will be disaster. So, and applied bachelor also combined with master degree, applied masters. And we already have more than 20 applied master programs in Indonesia. And also the next will be the applied doctoral. So this is the sustainability of study programs for vocational in Indonesia. So this, if this can be established, then this ecosystem for the whole conditions to come up with the sustainability scheme to realize the sustainability scheme for nations and the world will be comprehensively ready to say that, okay, we are ready to be sustained only if this ecosystem done. Okay, and maybe several slides I would like to say is that yeah, I think that's all my slides, and thank you very much for our efforts to sit together, to meet together, to discuss, to share. I mean, I do not more in the perception that we should compete to kill others or maybe to defeat others. That is not what I agree on. The idea of us is that instead of we compete to defeat, let us convert into let's come to the more synergy, collaborations, sharing, and then we can grow up together. We can develop together. I intentionally do not release the program of polytechnic rank. I mean, what for? I mean, what's the use of if we know they in the rank of which level? I mean, we know 10 best polytechnics. We already know that. I mean, we already know 10 best university of vocational. Why we should declare? Is that the champion? No. The champion, in my opinion, is that the champion is those who can inspire and who can leverage other polytechnics or other vocational schools. The champions is the more who share and who inspire. Not only the best in those administrative staffs. So I intentionally do not do that this year, and that was one of the first policy that I released. And last but not least, also as well, we are now improving the regulations, undang-undang, peraturan pemerintah, presidential regulations, minister regulations, maybe 20 regulations. We are working on that. That's going to be the platform of the link and match. I mean, like accreditations, that it's going to be new accreditation for vocationals, not too much on academic, but really vocationals, and the regulation for promotions for lectures in vocational do not depend on merely Scopus papers, but more into products, real products. No publication, it's fine. Publication follows, also fine. Okay, but if only publications to be the professors, then Indonesia will get nothing. Only papers. If we print out the papers and then pull on top of each other, we can climb to the mountain. That's the use of paper. no product, only we can reach the month up there, or maybe Venus or Mars with the print of papers. So that's the regulations that we are now improving. Thank you very much, Professor Sigit, for inviting me, and it's very great pleasure to meet all of you, to share, and to get advice, to get input as well, to improve the policy and the things that we are working on. Last but not least, I would like to wish you, please stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope we all together can deal with these difficult periods of COVID crisis together. Thank you very much. And usually I close with my poetry. Oh yeah, we just released our theme song, vocational theme song, Indonesian vocational theme song. Please, all students should be aware and should be engaged with that song. It's so-called Condong Pada Mimpi, and in English, perhaps the title will be
Reach your dream, perhaps.
no, I mean no, dream. Yeah, of course, dream. Walk on your dream. Walk on your dream, and your life will be very useful for others. And thank you very much. My poetry is that cincin belian untuk kekasih. Cukup sekian. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Very warm regard to all of you.
But Dirjen, maybe we have a Q&A, or we just provide one or two questions for...
yeah, maybe a few questions.
2 questions. Okay.
Yeah,
First questions,
very much
maybe
fine.
raise your hand, the chat box. Still not. Maybe Budias, because Pak Dirjen, as we just report you, because this event, we have also maybe the result after this event. We just discussions and also elaborate the speech after you speak, and also we have elaborate the final discussions. Then after that, we will send the result as a policy brief to support your operational team, and maybe we just waiting for some regulations working on, just like you mentioned before, maybe around 20 regulations, but we just count in this sustainability, collaborative, also inspiring and give nation pride is more important to all of us for vocational educations in Indonesia. Maybe Budias will be ask some questions from the questioners.
The questioners, okay.
Pak Denny, there is one question from Pak Wawan.
Oh, Pak Wawan.
Alright.
Okay, we just
From chat room.
okay.
Okay, I will read it, Pak
Yeah.
Denny.
Yeah.
The Director
Go ahead.
General's presentation material was very good. However, seeing the diversity of the quality of vocational higher education today, how does the DG of vocational education prepare a roadmap or strategy so that in time the ideal vocational education goals can be realized?
Okay. I will get it back. Very good. I've seeing the quality of vocation. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I fully understand that we start with it varies. I mean, we vary. Some of us already quite ready. Some of us okay, fine, ready, and some of us maybe not quite ready. But this is my method. First thing is human. If we talk about the readiness has to do with infrastructures, building, facilities, laboratory, etc., then that's quite wrong. Readiness means mindset, the mindset of change, the mindset to fight, the mindset to make new innovations, to come up with new innovations. That's the mindset. So maybe, just maybe, in a polytechnic or in university that already have good buildings, facilities, laboratories, if the leader do not have such characters, when we compare to not few facilities on new camp in a certain campus or polytechnics, but they have strong leader like this. This is a good look, but not strong leader. Not so much good, but strong leadership. I think this will be like this. So first thing is human resource, the leaders, teachers, lectures, mindset change. First step, link and match, networking, curriculum to be flexible, adaptive, agile. That's the first point. Next thing is that, of course, facilities, buildings, and etc. follows. Okay, so when we talk about the human resource, all of us, even though in UI, UGM, or maybe in a university that not so many people have ever heard, change the mindset first. Okay, next, we will set up policy. Our budget, that quite more than other Directorate General, quite a lot, okay? We will set up the policy. Not only UI, UGM, Polytechnic Bandung, and etc. They have chance more than others. No, we also set up affirmations scheme for those small polytechnic or small university, but only those who already have good leaders. Then we will deliver the support, and that's the strategy. So I think that's the answers. That's the answer. So the challenge is even more into the mindset change. So be aware of that. Okay, back to you, Bu Dias. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Pak. There is also a question from Ibu Sylvia Rosa from PNG. Based on your presentation, we can conclude that we have to revise our curriculum at Polytechnic because the stressing is in soft skills.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And it's all up to you. It's freedom. You know more than us. You know more than me. You know more how the curriculum should be in the link and match reality. So we give you freedom. And also accreditations will be changed so fast. So we will improve the accreditation scheme. Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe, just maybe, but very possibly, accreditation will be done by industry, not by us. Accreditation will be done, will be accomplished by users. So it's gonna be very easy. If users or industries are not satisfied with the graduates, I don't care. Even as university, they already have very nice process. C will be a stamp as accreditations. Okay, I mean, this is the start from the end scheme. If we provide something do not satisfy the users, what for? I don't care about A, or very unggul. I don't even care about that. What I care is that are the industries or the users happy and satisfied with our link and match program and also our graduates. That's it. Okay, just
Okay.
wait for a moment.
Okay. Thank you very much for such wonderful discussions. Thank you.
Pak Denny, I see Professor Wu Mingchun's
Oh yeah, where's
Oh
the
yeah,
button?
yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes,
your name. Okay.
I'm very happy
This is
to
the last questions, I think.
Thank you.
get
Thank you.
the input from him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I do have a question to ask you, since you mentioned that the leadership is very crucial in the vocational education. So would you please talk a little bit about the criteria for you to select and train the leaders for the vocational education? Would you please? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Xie.
谢谢。
非常开心. Okay, thank you very much. That's all my Chinese. So 大家好. Yeah, it's very good questions and not easy to answer. I would like to explain first. As for the campuses, higher educations, polytechnics and university, those are directly in our coordinations. And for vocational high school, not directly in our coordinations. Those are directly under the coordination of local government. So as for the university level, then it's going to be quite easier to deal with that. And since the talent pool also somehow better than the talent pool when we compare to vocational high school principal talent pools. Okay, that's one thing. Next thing, how to make them to be the leader with the character of they know exactly how the academic innovation should be. That's one thing, academic. There should be a good marketer for networking, okay, to develop the networking. And they also kind of a leader that can harmonize the people within their organizations, and it's not easy. I mean, we know one good leader still not enough if their teammates or their members of organization, the mindsets are still there. So that's the character, and how we find those leaders. Universities, they have their own system to elect or to host the selections, to do the selections of the leader. So they select, but we have 30%. We have 30% votes. So somehow we can somehow we can deliver our preference. Okay, but that's the leader of university or leader of polytechnics. How will be the leader of faculties or maybe departments, and that will be up to it will be depending on the leaders above. But the thing is that we manage the funding, okay, and we also apply what's so-called IQ. IQ means indikator kinerja utama. It's like the most principal achievement metrics. So key performance index. We already signed officially. So we kind of lock the target on university level. Okay. And if they are not able to show their improvement or human resource or leadership, then next thing is that the budget will not come to them. Yeah, maybe will come to them, but I'll really make sure that if they receive the budget, they already know. Okay, that's in the campus level. In the vocational high school level, and that's more difficult because some local government leaders are very good on that, are very supporting on vocational education, but some other not so much good, but not so bad. Some other not so good. So we have to deal with the local government's leaders to deal with vocational high schools. But again, thank you very much for the questions. And that is number one, most difficult things that we have to deal with. Thank you. 谢谢，非常感谢。Back to you, Budias.
谢谢您. Thank you so much.
不客气。
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for Pak Dirjen for your time and great discussions for us. Actually, it's not enough to discuss for 30 or 35 minutes, right? Maybe if we continue, we'll be 2, 3, or maybe the whole day. But maybe next time we have another events, and supposed to be there's a lot of some issues about vocational educations or vocational educations. And then once again, thank you very much for Pak Dirjen. And maybe before you leave, maybe you can mention about your YouTube channel. So your YouTube channel, what the purpose of YouTube channel for the promote vocational education in Indonesia?
Okay. I think very, very nice questions. Okay, this is why I strongly push all of us to come to the media, not only YouTube, any media, mainstream media, TV, and etc. YouTube channels, and how to attract our candidate of students, where they live, where do they live? They live in the social media more than they meet their parents. So when we want to approach them, enter their room of life, YouTube is daily things they do every day. So do not leave the social media without us. We should be there with our educations, our education message, our campaign, and our positive spirit. So please, all of you, please become a good YouTuber and influencers. Stronger than me, please.
Yes.
So by writing a song with the lyric of the vocational spirits, sharing, humanity, teamwork, dreams, it's gonna be much easier to grasp their mindset of the new student and the future students of us.
Okay, thank you very much. After these events, don't forget, search the keyword Wikan Sakarinto on YouTube. Please subscribe.
Oh yeah, my YouTube channel is not being monetized.
Okay.
My official YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels. Official and my personal. So you don't have to subscribe my personal YouTube channel. Please subscribe my official YouTube channel. It's not monetized, so we are not making money from your views, your comments, your likes. So please engage with our channels.
Okay, thank you very much. Give a big applause to Pak Wikan. Pak Dirjen, thank you so much for your coming, and hope you have good health to enhance.
Thank you very much. Stay healthy.
Thank you very much. And after this, we have a panel. Have a good day. Panel discussions. I give time to Ibu Dias. Go ahead to moderate the discussions.
Thank you very much. We have just got Indonesian insight and vision on vocational education from the DG of Vocational Education, Pak Wikan. And also here the commitment of government and expectation on how to realize a high quality standard of vocational education that link and match with industrial requirement. And now we are reaching to the other interesting part of the seminar, the presentation and discussion from the speakers Professor Wu Ming Chan from National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, and Associate Professor Muhammad Sattar Rasul from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, who will at this time share their experience in their respected countries, Taiwan and Malaysia. And after the presentations, will opening a discussion session where all the participants can write also on the chat box. All right, now I would like to introduce the first speaker, Professor Wu Ming Chan. He is a Dean of School of Humanistic and Applied Science at National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, Taiwan from 2016 until now. And he received his doctoral degree in Purdue University in the USA, long time ago in 1995. And his academic interests focus on vocational and technical education at higher education level, occupational psychology and sociology, and educational development and quality evaluation. And Professor Wu also undertook series of educational improvement projects for the graduate school of vocational education, right, Professor Wu? And
Yes.
Also CEO of University of Quality Evaluation in Taiwan, and coordinator of Teaching Resource Center for 20 institutes in central Taiwan. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Professor Wu Ming Chan from National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, Taiwan.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Well, in fact, I'm so happy to participate in this conference. And a couple minutes ago, I am just so happy to learn so much from your director generally. And that's really wonderful. I'm so surprised, and I respect so much. You have done so much for the vocational education. That's really wonderful. Okay, now, since the time it's kind of limited, I'm going to use the better time of what I have. Okay, I have. But today, I really want to talk, I probably want to try to use about 15 minutes because the university in the vocational education from Malaysia, the professor is really good. Typically, I can find he is much more handsome than I am. So I'm sure most of you and really want to see him much more than look at me. Okay. Okay. This is the major topic I'm going to discuss. Typically, I want to focus on our vocational education system in Taiwan, and definitely I want to let you know what we are focusing on at this moment, and what our government and our university for the vocational education really put our energy to. Okay. Here we are. I'm from Taiwan. Okay, on Taiwan. Okay, here. In fact, the vocational education in Taiwan has already developed for so many years, about over 40 years. Just because Taiwan is a small island, we have limited natural resource, and our economic development just highly rely on our vocational education development. Typically, our government want to survive in this small island, and we invest so much in our people and our vocational education development for our technology and vocational and economic. Okay, this is our background in Taiwan. We have limited people, probably 10% of that in Indonesia. We have only 23 million people, about 10% of that in Indonesia. But now we have about 160 university and college, and our students get high percent to get in our university, like 55%. That's too high, really, that's too high. Okay, our education system is that, please follow on that. Students are obligated to go to the primary school and the junior high. And most of students, I would say, 100%, even probably 99% of students will go to the high school, senior high or vocational high school. And after that, they can have the exchange. They can, the vocational school student can go to the university and go to the College of Vocational Education too. Okay, and our vocational education have the master degree and a PhD. My university, National University of Science and Technology, it's a national university, provide a master degree student and a PhD program in this country. Also, we provide a master and a PhD program for the international student too. Okay, okay, here. Synthetically, our university, we have so many comprehensive and well-run program and system for the student. And we find out that high percent of students, high percent of our institute belong to private, about 65% of the high vocational education belong to private, and we have a variety of student of the private student, and also we have strong relationship between industry and the university. Okay, and our industry are so encouraged to donate some money, some grant to our university by D-tax. Okay. Here, just like I say, the major factor for us to facilitate vocational education is that we have about 60 or 65% of students, the institute belong to private university. Okay. Also, we have a adjunctive program for the student to learn. This is a good policy for our social and economic development. Our program, vocational program, just designed for the needs of social development or economic development. Okay, and okay, just like the Director General said that it's so crucial for our teacher and student go to the industry to learn more. And now, in fact, starting from about 7 years ago, Taiwan needs a vocational education teacher, including the high school teacher and the university faculty member in the vocational and the technical science and technology, need to stay 6 months every 6 years. So almost close to your policy at this moment. Okay, and okay, we have some kind of constructive policy to facilitate our teachers' teaching and research and community service. We believe this kind of reciprocal and circular policy to improve teaching, research, and community service. Okay. Also, our program, vocational program, highly evaluate every 5 years. We are supposed to evaluate. Even our professor is supposed to evaluate by the university every 3 years. Okay. And in fact, our government tried to improve our vocational education program, typically for the vocational University of Science and Technology. So we have about 6 regional centers to integrate our university resource and work together to develop our relationship from university and industry. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, now we have a 6th industrial and academic cooperation centers. The major reason for us to do is to integrate the resource for better achievement and better education quality. Okay, and just like your Director General said that the government work together with for the university and the college and the industry. So this triangle relationship just developed and helped the university to improve their quality. And when the university improve the education quality, definitely it will go back to the benefit of industry, and the industry will come back to donate and help our economic condition here. Okay, here. Now, in general speaking, we have about 9 categories of vocational education program, and the vocational education system just reciprocally and cooperatively enhance the quality of industry, competition of industry. Okay, next. Okay. Well, now we have a variety of vocational program, but here just wanted to indicate that generally speaking, our vocational education is developed for social development, industry, and the students' future. And we highly rely on the contributions from industry and the government too. Finally, we hope we have the good quality for our student and the teacher, professor, research too. Okay, in the last 10 years, we find out that probably just like your Director General mentioned that we believe technology in quality enhancement should rely on humanity, social development, academy, and industry. So we build up such kind of 5 angles to cooperate and work together. Now we try to develop together with the industry, and we cooperate with the industry. We try to, in the university, we try to teach students, conduct some research, and we put our research and teaching result go to the industry, and our professor and the student have some kind of cooperative program working with the industry. And in the industry, we implement our theory, academic theory in the industry. And we also learn from the industry too. Okay. Also, this is a major concept. We try to do that. We find out that society and the industry have their background to have the realistic experience and the challenge. And they have the human resource too. And in the university, we have education mission, and we have a theoretical background and academic research too. And when we work together, we try to help the students internship, and we provide opportunity for the faculty member to take an internship in the industry and implement their research result in the industry, try to find out how does it work. So we both industry and university work together for the entrepreneurially research too. Okay, here. And also we work on the international cooperation. That's why I get the chance to know Danny and visit in your university too. Okay, here. Okay, generally speaking. Okay, currently in the last 10 years, we find out that university is supposed to enhance the teachers' teaching quality. Not only conduct some research, probably just like your Director General, SCI journal paper is a paper, but it should be work and make effect in industry and in students' competency too. So in the last 10 years, we have some project focused on teaching quality enhancement. Okay, here. So this teaching excellence project just provide some grant for the teachers to improve their teaching and improve our teaching facility, and also invite the industry in engineering come to university to teach and consult students' career future and share their experience with our professor and the student. Okay, here, and we found that take the retrospective on the quality improvement for the cooperations between university and industry. So should be that we had better to focus on insightful vision for the university and core value, then cooperate with each other among university, faculty member, and industry too. Even we bring in the student to work together for their future too. So student and the faculty member are our major persons for us to dedicate for our education mission. Okay. Sorry. Okay. How? Good. Okay. So this is the current issues, and we are working on at this moment. We invite our we encourage our professors to conduct some research, not only in the lab, but they are required to conduct their research, practical research in the industrial scenario. And the faculty members are required to take the internship in industrial on-site 6 months per 6 years. And now we try to break down the barriers between university and the industry. Some industries scenario professionals are invited to teach in university too. Okay, and here is okay, based on our policy, and I will suggest, this is a suggestion to my dear friend in Taiwan and in Indonesia. So we are supposed to conduct some kind of academic research in team, work together. And when we have the academic research together, the result will improve our teaching and the service in the communication. Then our teaching and the research result will enhance our industry and our international cooperation. Okay. I try to limit my presentation time, but I am so happy and always looking forward to work together with you for better educational quality. Okay. So far, my presentation just here, and any questions, any more comment are so welcome. Thank you very much in the short time.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation, Prof. Wu. And now we are going to invite our second speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sattar Rasul. He is an Associate Professor and Chairman of STEM and Culturation Center in the Faculty of Education, University of Kebangsaan Malaysia. Obtained diploma in mechanical engineering in 1987 and Bachelor of Education of Honors in Technology and Education, UTM. And then he also take Master's and Doctor Philosophy degree in Industrial Engineering and System from University Putra Malaysia. He is board members of Asian Academic Society for Vocational Education and Training. And also his research include TVET policy and curriculum, quality assurance, qualification and skills certification system, career development, engineering, and STEM education. And he also appointed as local consultant for Malaysia by Department of Skill Development and Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia and International Organization for Migration and the UN Migration Agency for Certification System of Asian Guiding Principle Assurance and Recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sattar Rasul from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Prof. Sattar.
Can you hear me? Can I have some response?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. How about the slide? Can you see this on my slide too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. First, I would like to say Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the Honorable Professor Dr. Al Sigit, to our keynote speaker from the Vocational Education of Republic of Indonesia, and to my beloved Professor Ming from Taiwan, and professors, doctors, teachers, everyone in this platform. So first of all, I would like to say thank you for inviting me to present and share my input or knowledge regarding Malaysian chapter of vocational education practices. Yeah, we're supposed to have this conference in Kuala Lumpur, right? But this year, but if the circumstances of COVID-19, yeah, we have to postpone it maybe to another year. But yeah, we still can, I mean, share the input through this very good platform. Okay, this is a very good conference or great conference platform to share the input of these achieving sustainable development goals. Um, let me close it first. Sustainable development goals by enhancing the standards of education, best practices in higher vocational education in Malaysia. So when we talk about sustainable development of TVET education, it should look into three aspects, which is TVET sustainable development in relation to the economy, and TVET sustainable development in relation to the social context, and last but not least, sustainable development, TVET sustainable development goes in relation to the well-being. So it is not an education, normal education, but it's education that generates income and make sure the economy is good and also the well-being of all the people in the country. So let me share with you some how we design our TVET education. First and foremost, of course, is based on the economic and demographic background. Our population at the moment, I think, is about 33 million, which is almost like 10 or 15% from Indonesian population. And we target by 2030, there will be 36 million or nearly 37 million population. So TVET is designed based on the economic and demographic background. TVET is not just an education that you design for the purpose of, I mean, having vocational education programs and activities, but it should in line or look into the economic and demographic matters. So we have, I mean, the resources that we have is such as oil and gas, oil palm, rubber, and also from these what we call as life below water and so on. So we have to look into that aspect, and at the same time, there is a strata of I mean people, which is the aging people, and also women, and also some rural areas, and so many aspects has to be considered in designing the TVET programs. So as you can see here, from 32.4 million population, 15.5 are in the labor force, which is 65.5% overall participation rate, which is TVET give employment to almost 70%. So the country rely on TVET is like 70%, which is more than other programs and so on. So and then with the mandatory primary education, the literacy rate stands at 96%, which we inculcate the TVET, and also lately is about the STEM education to develop thinkers and also what we call as engineers and scientists. So this is the background. Then how does it, I mean, in line with the demographic? So we have so many ministers that deliver this TVET program. So in Malaysia, maybe is kind of different in some other countries, which the TVET is under one ministry, but in Malaysia, we divide it, or we, I mean, separate it into a few minister that carry out TVET program. So I have one paper talking about transforming TVET in Malaysia, harmonizing the governance structure in multiple stakeholder setting. So it is difficult, but it works in Malaysia because the higher education, they have TVET program for, high level of TVET program, and schools, they also embark on TVET program to produce or prepare students for the higher education. And Ministry of Human Resource preparing TVET student for skills development. And we have also a Ministry of Agriculture that looks into this agriculture, or what we call as veterinary and farming and so on. And we also have Ministry of what we call as Kementerian Belia and Sukan. It's about sports. So they also have a TVET program to produce workforce in sports and so on. So that is our big structure to cater all the demographic that we have. And we have from the Ministry of Women, so that look into TVET program for the women, for single parents, for women in rural and so on. So the program is all over the country and varies from one to another. So as you can see here, TVET pathway, we have polytechnics, we have 34 polytechnics, which enrollment is about 100,000. And we have college communities, vocational college, and we have until private skills training center. This program actually different from each other. Like polytechnics, they have diplomas program, and we call as semi-professional programs. They produce semi-professionals. And college community, vocational college is about skills, development of skills, and so on. I think when I heard our keynote speaker mention about the structure of Indonesia, and also from our friends, Prof. Ming from Taiwan, we have almost the same or similar structure. But the difference is that the strategy is sometimes quite different to achieve the goals that have been set by the policy maker. So yeah, let us share the strategy. I think the structure, which is all TVET providers, I think everywhere we have polytechnics, community college, vocational college, and so on. So as for Malaysia, we divided actually into four, as you can see here. One TVET program pathway are provided at upper secondary school. So upper secondary school is like 15 years old. We start our TVET program by giving certificates and so on. But before secondary school, we have TVET subject started from year 10 until 15 years old. We have TVET subjects. But at upper secondary school, we have TVET program. And further than that, we have post-secondary level, which is like polytechnic, college community, and public or private skills. After that, we have another channel, which is whoever is not good in academic or fail for all the national examination subject, they can pursue or get their skills through these Malaysian skills certificates, which we have Malaysian skills certificates at level 1 until level 5. So this is another vocational, initiative. And the highest one is what we call as Malaysian Technical University Network, and also our University Kuala Lumpur, UniKL, which gather all the private institute like German Malaysian Institute, Malaysian France Institute, and so many Japanese Malaysian Institute. So we have this beside Malaysian Technical University. So I will show you how this links together in Malaysia. So we divided it into 8 levels. I think it's the same like in Indonesia and also Taiwan and also some other countries. So I'm at the moment as a local consultant in skills development. So I work together with Department of Skills Development, and we are now almost complete our ASEAN guiding principles for skills development. So I see we have the same what we call as TVET qualification level, but in Malaysia there is some what we call special, which you can further your studies until your doctorate or PhD. Although you fail your national examination at the beginning from school, but you can take skill certificate 1, 2, 3 and advanced diploma. Then you can cross to take your bachelor program, advanced diploma, advanced and bachelor program from polytechnics, from college communities, and then you can further your studies up to masters and doctorate in TVET. In TVET, I'm not talking about PhD in engineering or science social, but PhD in higher learning institution, masters in higher learning institution in TVET, where we call as program bachelor of technologies. As you can see here, yeah, from skills certificate, someone can pursue to get their bachelor in technology. I mean, in technology, in bracket, in mechanical, civil, electrical, product design, robotics, and so many programs that being offered by the Malaysian Technical University. So this is how our landscape or framework, where it started from the preschool and then go up to the primary school and lower secondary school and upper secondary school, and there is sectors, academic and also technical and vocational. So from schools level, you can pursue to the academic, or if you are not good in academic, you still can pursue to get your skill certificate to other institution to get Malaysian skill certificate. Although you have the lowest Malaysian skill certificate, you can embark until you can cross to get your advanced diploma if you finish your 5th level of Malaysian certificate. There is a very clear continuous learning or development for TVET holder, which is not like those days. Whoever take Malaysian skill certificate will end up with the Malaysian skill certificate. But now, I mean, last 4 or 5 years, we have come up with this bridging concept where all students are able to get to pursue their education to the highest level. Okay, let me go further up. So, yeah, I can see that from our keynote speaker emphasize more on soft skill. In Malaysia, we have Malaysian Qualification Framework, which is developed by the country through Malaysian Qualification Agency, MQA. So MQA have this MQF, and MQF emphasizes 5 clusters of learning outcome, which is knowledge, understanding, cognitive, and functional work skill, with focus on practical skill, interpersonal skill, communication skill, digital skill, numeracy skill, leadership, autonomy and responsibility, personal entrepreneurial skills, ethics and profession. So to get an accreditation, all TVET institution starts from skills certificates until masters or PhD will have to integrate this into their curriculum, and they have to measure the student outcome for each skill. So they have to develop what we call as program learning outcome system, and whenever we audit to accreditate them, they will show us how they measure this, what we call as course learning outcome or program learning outcome. It's a mandatory. If they did not manage to produce the program learning outcome for their students, starts from the beginning, they will not be accredited. So this is Malaysian qualification framework, and to get a Malaysian skill certificate, to get Malaysian diploma or degrees in TVET, so we have to follow this learning outcome, what we call as this is 7 learning domains that should be inside the curriculum. And this is one example for level 1, or what is the level of knowledge, or what is the description of cognitive, and what is the functional work skill, which is being talked about our friends as a keynote just now. And beside that, how do we look at our workers that would like to be recognized or get a certificate from from MQF and also from the Department of Skills Development? So it is the same concept that we use from the RPA, recognition of prior achievement. So this is to cater for the industry people that did not have certificate, or they have certificate but they wanted to get another certificate or advance of the certificates, so they can go through this what we call as RPA. And we have two methods of RPA, which is Appel A and Appel C. And also we have a program for skills development, which is what we call as National Dual Training System. It has been in Malaysian TVET system for, I think, more than 20 years. The National Dual Training System, which is adopted from German TVET program. And further up, in order to ensure the employability and also all the skills in line with the industry, stakeholders involvement and industry involvement in curriculum development is a necessity, which we have to invite, we have to include, or else the curriculum will not be recognized, the program will not be accredited. So there is a list of sector or organization from the industry, where we call it as a industry lead body. We have to appoint them to look that into our programs. So perform job analysis, develop occupational standards, and so on. So at the moment we have 30 industry lead body to help the institution. It's not only for skills development, for skill certification, but also for the diploma programs in polytechnics and college community, and also for the Malaysian Technical University. We have to invite these professionals or these practitioner into reviewing our curriculum and also developing the new curriculum. And at the same time, for sustainable development of TVET program, it doesn't matter certificates or degree or PhD. So you must have what we call as external certification, which from the professional bodies. So at the moment, external certification related to Malaysian Skill Certificate, MSISO, and we also have EXA, Public Sector Conducive Ecosystem, and also we took this international recognition. As Polytechnic, they took what we call as ETEC and also APEC. ETEC is Engineering Technologies Accreditation, and also APEC, Asia Pacific Accreditation. And beside that, all the institution, they have this what we call as rating system. So the rating system is quite helpful to push the institution to ensure that the students being given a good quality of education. And we do have Malaysian Board of Technologies. As you can see, my name, I have Associate Professor TS. I got this TS from the Malaysian Board of Technologies. So Malaysian Board of Technologies is a professional body that give professional recognition to technologists and technicians, meaning that to all the TVETs, graduates, and also teachers or lecturers or instructors. So this platform is very important. Recognition is very important. And beside that, I'm involved in something which is new, which when we talk a lot about Industry 4.0, immediately the Ministry of Higher Education and Ministry of Human Resource develop this collaborative framework on TVET standards and curriculum for industrial revolution. So this framework has been established and being delivered to all the institution, the higher institution, to be shared and to be followed. So the objective of this IR 4.0, I mean TVET ecosystem framework, is governance and monitoring, research and development, and strategic collaboration. So they have to integrate it in their organization, institution, as well as in the curriculum, and will be monitored through this what we call accreditation and also rating system. These are some of the framework that we've been put in the framework. As you can see, strategic collaboration, establish a platform to encourage collaboration, review of the current standards to embed the fourth industrial revolution elements. So whenever new things come up, we immediately try to develop, I mean, some kind of policy and rules for the institution to follow. And as I said just now, we have Malaysian Technical University. This is the highest level of TVET, where we title of TS technologies from the MBOT. And for the TVET program, we have ETech, Engineering Technology Accreditation Council, beside Malaysian Qualification Agency through MQF. So we have two, like polytechnics in Malaysia, they go for MQA, ETech, and also EPEC. So this is, I mean, good because ETech and also EPEC giving a good opportunity for the graduates to work abroad with ETech and EPEC accreditation. Yeah, the students have more opportunity to work abroad, and also the quality of their qualification is like being recognized by all industry and so on. This is a way of how we sustain. And another thing, in order, we must also look into the ASEAN, what we call a mutual recognition arrangement. As I mentioned just now, I've been appointed as local consultant for Malaysia to work on this mutual recognition arrangement, and we just finished recognizing tourism programs under the ASEAN guiding principle. This is one way of sustaining, I mean, TVET, which all our graduates can be recognized, and also the mobility will be better for employment. And this is some tips for all of us. I think there's one or two slides for me. Future of work, how does it affect Malaysia? We look into technical skill, we look into social skills, and at the moment with the IR 4.0 approach or goals, we have is the personal skill. This is something to be looked into our TVET program, not only in Malaysia, but maybe in Indonesia and also our ASEAN countries. And another thing, curriculum industry ready. Firstly, incorporate analytics across domains, make curriculum industry ready, and foster a culture of intrapreneurship, change the way information is disseminated, play a role in lifelong learning and life skill for the future workforce. And also for the future ready curriculum, research planning experience, problem-based learning project and activities. And TVET program, you cannot take out continuous learning from TVET program. It is not just a program to award certificates, but it must be a continuous, I mean, development of the skills or degree for the TVET. So lifelong learning can enhance the understanding of the world around us, provide us with more better opportunities, and improve our quality of life. This is another way of sustaining development goals should be for TVET program. And key competencies, as you can see, the rise of digital workers. So you have to relook at your TVET program. As for Malaysia, we already emphasize these key competencies in all the TVET programs. We revise it in this 1 or 2 years because of the IR 4.0, and we're still revising it because of this COVID-19. So, I mean, revising TVET program is a must, and it should be not 5 years. It should be, I mean, continuously relook at the program when things come across like IR 4.0 and also this COVID-19. And the rise of digital makes that TVET program should be cross-disciplinary and new learning of methodologies and so on. So as you can see, I give you some tips about how digital transformation changed the nature of work. We have to have not only knowledge workers, but we have to go for digital workers for our TVET graduates. So I think with that, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the insightful and detailed presentation, Professor Sattar. And finally, we come to the interactive session, discussion with all the respected speakers for all the audience.
Welcome.
If you have the questions, you can just write down on the chat box. And now I'm going to read the first question from Ibu Marsdenia to maybe to Prof. Wu and Prof. Sattar. During pandemic, how you deliver practice skills and maintain good quality of outcome. I think it's the challenge for all of us during the COVID. Maybe you can share your experience first for Professor Wu and then Professor Sattar.
Okay, thank you for this is a crucial issue. Definitely, this is a tough issue, and anybody is still working on the improvement of teaching and the skill. But based on our experience, that professors had better to have the academic background and get some realistic experience in the industry. Combine them together, professor had better to conduct practical research and together, and will be able to teach students really needed skill in their future. Okay, not really take the textbook skill only. This is probably my answer. Thank you.
All right, maybe Professor Sattar.
Okay, as for me, yeah, this is it's different from one institution to another. Like the higher institution at Malaysian Technical University, we still hold the what we call as registration of the students until to the middle of October. So okay, that is for Malaysian Technical University at Bachelor in Technology. But for polytechnics, they reshuffle their program or their courses in the program, which all the courses that related to theory is being forward to be delivered at this moment. So they reshuffle. So the course that related to hands-on, they shift it to next year to another semester. That is one way. It's already in practice now. But they also do some lab exercise if they manage to conduct like lab. Electrical electronics. They provide demonstration, ask the students to come up with to complete the demonstration and so on. This is a very what we call a simple exercise. It's still going on. But as I said, when involved with machines and also programming, that the students cannot achieve semester. So that is what being doing right now. And I think soon, somewhere in January, everything will start. I mean, normal back.
Fully.
And the Ministry of Education and other ministry also emphasize on the standard operating procedure for COVID. So you can have a group of a discussion or a group of meeting, but you have to follow all the rules and regulation. So sooner or later we'll start everything normal back, but with all the standard operating procedures for COVID that we have to follow.
All right. Now, there is actually a question for the DG, Pak Wikan, if you're still there. But okay, we better read the other question because we have limited time. It is from Faiza Abdullah. I'm Faiza Abdullah from Universitas Indonesia. As in Indonesia now, we are expected to support and acknowledge students' independence of learning or freedom of learning, freedom of education. For example, credit transfer for community engagement, participation on certain projects. Are these practices applied in Taiwan and Malaysia? And from your perspective, how effective this practice in improving the student or graduate's competency in vocational education? Maybe I would like to give time for Professor Wu first.
Oh, yes. That's a really crucial and really crucial for students to take some social involvement before they graduate. And we find out that the student have some experience working in the industry and the society, and their experience will be very helpful for them to get a job and succeed in their future. The other key point we need to fully understand is that when the student get a social involvement or spend some time in industry or society, not necessarily to improve their hands-on skill, but it will enhance their attitude toward work and be more flexible to adjust themselves to connected in the world. That means their personal skill and their interpersonal skill and their own value to the job could be fully enhanced to get into the world when they finish at school. So I do encourage our teacher in the vocational education can spend some time to lead our student get a social involvement and have a community service and let the student know what is the realistic world is, not really in the textbook understanding. Okay, thank you.
All right. Prof. Wu, do they get the credit for their involvement with the community? For example, one credit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Generally speaking, Taiwanese students are supposed to have at least one course to serve the community, also on campus. And all students are required to take an internship in industry at least one semester before they finish their degree. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And now, Professor Sattar, would you like to share your experience regarding this?
Yeah, yes. We do take into account this social involvement and industry involvement. For industry involvement, I think it's the same like other countries where there is a credit for some kind of industry involvement. So they will go to the industry like the last semester or before that to finish it one semester. So that is very clear. But for social involvement, as for UKM, we have the 8 learning contract. It's not like simply you go and carry out social involvement and claim for the credit. No, we have 8 learning contract those days, and now we call as Chitra. The 8 learning contract is based on the learning outcomes that I showed you before, which is about personal skill, problem solving skill, leadership, entrepreneur. So the student has to assign that credit first for that semester, and then he can go for this social involvement to get credit. But he or she has to produce the evidence and work together with, institution. So they have to take that learning contract. We have a contract. It is not like when they enter the university or the institution, they already have the contract. They can take it at any time they like. But before they graduate, they have to complete the eight learning contract. The eight is about the social contract.
All right. Thank you, Prof. Satar. And there is a question from Sarah Musliha from IPB University. I would like to ask, to achieve sustainability on higher education, like you said, it contains aspects of economy, social context, and well-being. How do you think or perceive the sustainability report in higher education? I think it's related to Professor Satar's presentation before. We can also respond to that question.
Is that about higher education report on sustainability?
Yeah,
Especially
especially of economy, social, and well-being.
Yeah, there is a policy related to TVET and economy and also social being. So related to economy means that as a TVET institution, you enroll students and the students will then engage in the industry. So the Ministry of Higher Education will gather all this data, the big data. So how long do they wait for to get a job, and what is the what we call salary of for their for to being involved in the industry, and what are the position being given. So the data being analyzed by the Ministry of Education according to the outcome. It's not output of the institution. So each institution produce like 1,000 or 5,000 students, and then we carry out what we call as tracer study every year, every 6 months. Is being done by the institution and also Ministry of Education, Ministry of Higher Education, to look into the factor of economy, meaning that the return of investment, the output of the university, and then become the outcome. So that shows the impact. So everywhere we can see from their website how many students being employed, and what is their salary, and what is their position. So that is how we measure the outcome of on the economy. And the Ministry of what we call as Rancangan Economy will ask us the data, because the money come from that Ministry of Finance. So normally Ministry of Finance will ask for that data of the return of investment. Let's say 1 billion being delivered for TVET. We got almost I think almost 10 billion for TVET budget last year. And what is the return of investment? So the return of investment being shown by the outcome after leaving the institution. It's not inside the institution like publication and so on. That is not that is considered as what we call as point for KPI of the institution and ranking system, but it's not required by the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Finance actually. And for social context and well-being is in relation to this economy, where all the graduates being employed and they get good pay, and then the ratio of being get good pay and so on. It can shows the factor of social context and well-being. And also they look into sectors, and also they look into rural and also urban difference and so on. And whenever they get this information, then the Prime Minister will announce something if he says something that need to be helped and so on. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And there is a question for Professor Wu from Bandung Polytechnic of Social Welfare. How many university or college offer social work programs in 4 years diploma program?
Well, social development is very crucial, yes. And in fact, in our university, in my University of Intac, we have established a social service center to integrate the resource of our university and our faculty member and the student working together with our community. And typically we find out that social responsibility is a crucial mission of a university. We invite our students to dedicate the two. Thank you.
Thank you. So also a question from Sugeng Wiono from Poltekkes Kemenkes Jakarta. The learning strategy during COVID-19 pandemic. I think it's quite similar with what Mas Denia questioned before. I think got the answer already. And then how about the question from Harry Y to Professor Wu and Professor Sattar about to initiate international cooperation with the industry in Taiwan and Malaysia. Maybe you can answer first, Prof. Wu.
Yes.
Is there any possibilities?
Okay, yes, international cooperation is very crucial, but your question is very crucial, is most crucial too, how to initiate that. I will suggest two approaches, person to person and institution to institute. For the person to person means if the professor, him or herself, wanted to initiate international cooperation, I would suggest to do that. First of all, we professors always read the research paper from some journal, and we find that some professor have the journal article we are interested. We had better just write a letter to the author and present your interest to initiate some kind of research cooperation. This is very crucial. Second approach is that when we participate in the international conference, we can participate and listen to the presenter. And when we find that their research is so crucial or interesting to us, then we can just show our interest to the author and initiate the cooperation relationship. Okay, the other issues should be institution to institution, means university to university. I would suggest you to think about that based on your institution's mission and your institutional expertise. Who or which center are you interested to work with for the international cooperation? Then just write a letter or just send an email to them to say, hey, we are interested in your research or your business. It's possible for us to have visiting to you or not, or you can invite the person in charge of the institute to your university to have a short talk or presentation. Then this will be the best approach for you to initiate the international cooperation. It's my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Wu. And Prof. Sattar?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing like Prof. Wu said. So actually universities or polytechnics, they are higher institution, then they don't have so many bureaucracy. So normally directly engage or contact the experts or the field of study you wanted to collaborate. Then start from there, maybe the commitment or the discussion will start. So it's different from if you contact the Ministry of Education, you have so many bureaucracy. If you contact direct the school, they won't entertain your letter. But for universities, polytechnics, it just can straight away find what is your interest, and you can always direct to the person that you need. But one thing I do agree with our keynote speaker is about the MOU. So we also have that kind of, perspective, which MOU is not something that you just sign and then without any activities. So what our university do is that you have to have an initiative first. It means that you have to have the learning of, letter of intention, letter of understanding, and then some programs before, like this program, and also maybe some other talk and so on. Then only you can go for MOU. So create a rapport first with the experts, and then slowly you can have an international MOU. So Malaysia, I think, open windows, but they wanted to see an impact on the MOU, and also the collaboration or participation from both countries. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think we have already passed 5 minutes, so I will let the final thoughts to Pak Denny. Thank you very much for Professor Wu and Professor Sattar. Keep healthy and happy. Pak Denny.
Yeah, thank you very much for Budias becoming moderators, and also guest speakers, our two guest speakers from Malaysia and also from Taiwan, with nice and comprehensive discussions. And thank you for joining us to all participants around Indonesia. And we do hope this discussion will be fruitful also continue with another discussions, because we have also for the next virtual seminars, we invite some guest speakers from around the world, also the stakeholders from Indonesia, relating to vocational higher education issues. And don't forget to fill the Google Docs chat box to prove your attendees, and also will be send a certificate for tomorrow. And thank you for joining us for this such big and good spiritual seminars, and hope you enjoy it. And also we hope we can see another hot issues for next events. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pak,
Thank
foto
you
bersama
very much.
dulu, Pak. Foto bersama.
Yes.
After picture together, please.
Yeah. Pak Anthony will be take picture, right?
Yeah, please open your camera. I will take the first
Later.
screen. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And the next, please open your camera. Okay, the next screen, 1, 2, 3. We have 8 screen, so please wait. 1, the third, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, the fourth. One, two, three. Wait. The fifth. 1, 2, 3. The 6th. One, 2, 3. The 7th. 1, 2, 3. And the last.
Adias.
1, 2, 3.
Siap-siap.
Yes, thank you very much.
Play for the song from Pak Dirjen
Oh.
for refreshment before we close the virtual event. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ada makna yang kan terungkap tentang perjalanan yang berat untuk kita ukir bersama jadi sebuah cerita. Pahit petirnya kisah ini, namun kuat dan menguatkan sebagai perekat setiap hati yang condong pada mimpi. Memang tak banyak orang yang mengerti tentang ini, tapi ikatan batin kan menggema sepanjang waktu. Percayalah, kita melegenda di sana. Pilih masa depanmu di warna mimpimu. Jika kita pernah berbagi air mata, sahabat jangan lupa bahagia bersama. Baiknya sejenak renungkan, kita diciptakan berbeda demi satu pesan yang sejuk untuk saling melengkapi. Memang tak banyak orang yang mengerti tentang ini, tapi ikatan batin kan menggema sepanjang waktu. Percayalah, kita melegenda di sana. Pilih masa depanmu di warna mimpimu. Jika kita pernah berbagi air mata, sahabat jangan lupa bahagia bersama. Percayalah, kita melegenda di sana. Pilih masa depanmu di warna mimpimu. Jika kita pernah berbagi air mata, sahabat jangan lupa bahagia bersama. Percayalah, kita menyatukan semua mereka yang selalu ragukan dirimu. Jika kita pernah berbagi air mata, sahabat jangan lupa bahagia bersama. Pilih masa depanmu di warna mimpimu. Sahabat jangan lupa bahagia bersama. Vokasi berjaya.
kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Prof. Sigit, Pak
Terima
Dirjen.
kasih Pak Dirjen, Pak Wikan.
Keren, lagunya keren. Saya merinding
Iya.
nih.
Saya jadi joget.
Thank you for speakers. Thank you for Pak Wikan, Pak Dirjen.
Baik, terima kasih.
Terima kasih
Amin.
Pak Denny, Pak Bu Dias.
Terima kasih.
Sampai ketemu lagi Pak Wikan, Pak Dirjen.
Ya selalu Bapak Ibu semua, Prof. Terima kasih.
Ya,
Dan juga mohon
terima
pamit.
kasih.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih sudah berkenan mendengarkan lagunya.
Yes.
Keren.
Mantap.
Bagus sekali.
Itu ref terakhir yang menyanyi Pak Direktur Vokasi Brawijaya itu yang ref terakhir yang
Biasa.
lagi gitar tadi itu. Ngerok suaranya.
Nanti sekali-kali
Oke,
perlu
terima
Pak
kasih.
Antoni dan Pak Sigit, Pak Dirjen.
Iya.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih bareng-bareng. Waalaikumsalam.
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 Kami close untuk
Yo.
meetingnya, Prof.